Good morning, my friends. How is everyone on this beautiful morning? James is here. Hello. So this is your ninth night shift in a row, is it? And how long do you still have to go? Till Friday? And how are you feeling? Probably not your best right now. Um, what does this mean? What's the message that you want to send? I don't know. Leaves room for interpretation. And Tugger is here. Hello, how are you? And Persephone. Do I pronounce your name right? Hello, good morning. Welcome. Day 9. Yeah. Ooh, tomorrow will be last day. Oh, that's good. Busy ends. Hey, Christian. Hello. Busy ends. Maybe crickets. Oh, quiet. Oh, it's quiet. I get it. Because we're first here and no one was here yet. Ah, that's good. A 4-day weekend. And actually, it fits quite well. If tomorrow is the last day, because this week I will not be streaming on Thursday because it's my daughter's birthday, and yeah, she doesn't have to go to school. My other daughter as well. The teachers have a conference or something, so perfect for her birthday. She can stay home. So we will have a nice breakfast and everything, So that's why I decided not to stream on Thursday. And I'm happy that James will already be at home sleeping anyway. So I don't have to feel bad that I skipped the stream. Jelisa, hello, guten Morgen. Beautiful friends, schöne Freunde. Hello. Annie, good morning. Hello. And I have a very cool card for us today. Oh, yes. Yeah, I will tell her. Thank you. Happy birthday, it means. For those who are like, what? What is that? I have a really cool card for us today from the Osho Zen Tarot deck, and it means friendliness, like friendship, friendliness. And I love the colors and everything. And it's about what makes good connections, and like friendships, for instance. And good connections are those that are not needy. You have, for instance, those two trees are very connected, very close. All probably their roots are connected, intertwined, but they are also standing alone. And so you don't need anything from the other person. You can also be alone, it's no problem for you, but it's a beautiful connection. You can give each other beautiful, yeah, you can give each other space, but you can have beautiful time together. So this is about thinking about what really makes a good connection, what is friendliness in this sense, that you don't maybe expect things from others, and that you have strong boundaries is important. I think this is a big one also for us writers who need to be kind of firm with some boundaries, just to have enough space for creativity. And yeah, so think about the people in your life and the connections you have. If you feel like maybe giving too much or being present at times when you actually don't want to. So yeah, food for thought. James, if two horses pull a weight together, they can pull more than the sum of what each could pull alone. Yes, that's also very nice. Yeah. And I also think of, because those colors are so beautiful, maybe this is also a hint at how collaboration or support, how this can create beautiful things. Oh, also asking for help, your friends, when you feel like stuck somewhere, it might be helpful to talk to people that you trust. So it's always good to have support and open up to people. So the team is literally more than the sum of its parts. Yes, sum, yeah. You have the ninth night shift in a row, so but I get it, yeah. Two. Actually, yeah. It's more, yeah, more than the sum of its parts. Not just, yeah, totally get it. And I think that's true. So let's be thankful for this place here that we can all be together, and the internet. I'm always glad about the internet, which helps us connect and, yeah, share cool ideas and stuff, inspiration. So let's jump into our first sprint. Yeah, it's the black screen now. It's a planet 20 minutes. Enjoy. I can form words. Okie dokie. That was sprint number 1. How did everybody do? That's good. I can already set up our next timer. Sorry. Got distracted. Yeah, I wrote some ideas down I have and researched some things. And I will see what comes out of it. And I also just started to plan the day. But I think today is a good day for me in regards to that I don't have much on my plate. I will see. I will have to also look into what I wrote on my to-do list yesterday. But yeah, it's always good. I love it when I have a lot of space, you know, when there's when there are not so many things on my list and stuff to organize, family life, blah blah blah. So I always sometimes it's like when there's suddenly some space opening for me, in the sense of, oh, today it's a quiet day. Nothing I got to do really for family stuff and things. Then sometimes I'm like, how am I going to use this free time for myself? So, Jalisa got 180 words, awesome, and Persephone 387. Wow, you're fast. That's a lot of words, but you both are doing great for 20 minutes. Warm up, that's a lot. I only have like half a page written here, yeah. Not that much, but that's okay for me. I take it slow. Yeah, it's really quiet today, but that's not a bad thing. So I can maybe. Oh, Loretta isn't here today. I just now realized she's probably asleep, I hope. Which reminds me to say hello to all the future friends watching this later. Ian, maybe Loretta as well. Yeah, I can already set up the next time if you're ready already. But I was in a good flow. I'm excited to move on. Oh, Emmy says reading for the beginning sprint. That's also good. What are you reading? I want to know more. Share with us. Or are you like Mark, who's hiding? Mark said yesterday that he read 3 books, and we asked, of course, what are those books he read, and he told us about 2 of them, but not the 3rd one. So of course, I'm like very curious about this one. And Ian also commented, "What's the 3rd book?" Very secretive. Yeah, we'll see. Oh yeah, and I'm still in the process of sorting my books. I'm still on the other shelf, which is a lot bigger than this one, where also let me just go back here, where there are also the children's books. And my problem is, for instance, that I think a lot of people now, because of the new year, started to sort out some books, because the public bookshelf we have here in the neighborhood, where we can bring books we don't want to keep and other people can take them, and this bookshelf is full. So behind this wall I have some stacks of books I don't want to keep, but I also don't want to just throw them away, because I'm pretty sure that some people might enjoy getting their hands on those books. So yeah, I struggle a bit with the process, and but I think with this shelf I'm almost done. And I'm a bit scared about all those books to sort through them, but I think this will be a good step for me to do this. This will be really helpful for me to just feel a bit less cluttered in my mind as well. And I've also been thinking of cleaning those shelves, or clearing them from all the books, not to throw them away or anything, but put them somewhere else so that it's a bit more quiet here for me, a bit more calmer space, because I always see books and ideas, different kinds of, and I think this is very distracting for me. You have to, here are books, then I have here a whole desk full of books because one of my shelves came down and it's still not repaired. Looking at, so yeah, looking at all those books all the time is probably not very good and very distracting. So yeah, maybe I can do this on, I don't know. I'll see. Echo Wife. Oh, I'm not as impressed as I hoped to be. Okay, it's not the best recommendation then, but it is short, which is good. I found a place that takes books and gives them for free. Yeah, those places are great. I'm very happy that I have one of those places just right around the corner. And like I said, I brought some books there, but it's so stacked full of books that I don't think it makes sense to bring more for a while. I just will wait, hope that it clears up after some time. Oh, see, Christian also sorted out books last week. Must be the time of the year. Most of them are behind a curtain now, and only the ones that represent my focus are left on the shelf. Yeah, something like that. I'm also still thinking. That's why I didn't really start here. Not only because I feel a bit overwhelmed, I actually feel also excited about sorting everything, but I'm still not sure how I want to do it, or what I want to be the end result. Like I said, no books at all here, just somewhere where I don't see them as. And I remember Mark shared that he has a lot of books in his cellar, with in boxes. And also, but those books I cannot put in boxes because I use them all the time as well. So yeah, it's still a work in progress. That's another good argument. Yes, I feel so good about the bigger bookshelf because now I have some more space. It was so cramped. There were books stacked on, so I had several rows of books already. And yeah, so it's always a good feeling when you can clean up a space. And yeah, we'll see. I will keep you updated. It might take a while, but I'm definitely going to continue doing cleaning up my bookshelves. Okay, but now let's have some coffee and cookies. I think that's a nice theme for the next sprint. Enjoy. Yay! That's the end of sprint number 2, which was a bit messed up. Ah, there I am. Oh God, I don't know what's happening. I'm sorry. I had to restart my router, and yeah, it took a while till it got back on. I even couldn't. Usually, I have the possibility to also connect my internet with my phone, but even this didn't work. I don't know why. So yeah, but I'm back, and yeah, the sprint probably wasn't 25 minutes exactly because I didn't really know where we were at. So yeah, but round about 25 minutes. So Mercury in retrograde. Yeah, probably the internet sometimes. But I'm back. That's a good thing. So I'm always in my head. I'm like, what will I do if I cannot get back online? I yeah. Once we had a blackout, here where even the internet wasn't working. No, it was quite a big one here. I think it was last summer or even 2 years ago. I don't really remember. So nothing worked. No electricity, no internet, and the street lights didn't work. The traffic lights. The trams couldn't drive because there was no electricity. So it was really like I went out into the garden to talk to the neighbors because no one knew what's going on. It was kind of everyone was a bit scared. Well, not very scared, but we were like, because you're used to when something happens, you can just go online and look it up. But the phones, you couldn't call anyone. Nothing worked. So, and oh yeah, and my younger daughter, she had to go to school quite far away by tram. So I was like, she was on the other end of the city, and I was like, how can I reach her? How will she be able to come home? And so it lasted for about 40 minutes, I would say. It lasted quite a while, and then everything went back online. And the reason was that a hot balloon, I think it was just a normal, some balloons uh, flew into the electricity. mm, Not factory, but you know what I mean, where they manage electricity for some parts of the town. And so it was just an accident and stupid. So, but that's in those moments you realize how scary it can be if really nothing works. You cannot contact people. We're so used to our mobile phones, and so yeah, I even started to save some water, get some water out of the tap just in case, because after some time you will also not be able to get. We were living in the under the roof of the building, so after some time we would not have any water anymore for the bathroom and everything. So you start to think about, oh, river is not far. I can get water from there. And we have gas stoves from camping, so we could still survive a little bit longer without electricity, but still it was a bit scary. Jalisa got 194 words. Awesome. I didn't get much done during the sprint, but I made myself a cup of tea, so that's a progress for me as well. Um, let's see. What kind of timer can we use for our long sprint that hopefully won't be disturbed by another internet outage? Oh yeah, it's used the cat timer, which is the only timer I think that I have that will have ads on. I don't know why, how YouTube decides. I mean, I think when the videos are longer, they tend to put some ads there. And maybe because it has 126 views, maybe because it already has a bit more views. That might be a reason YouTube puts ads there. I don't know. It's a mystery for me, to me. Yeah, here, cat timer. Okay, so we got some time on our hands now, 40 minutes. I hope you enjoy. And I will calm down a bit, calm my nerves, and then continue working as well. Okay, my friends, that was sprint number 3. How did everybody do? Christian had to leave. I was did make a lot of progress here. My stuff. Still trying to figure out some things. I love it when for a story, I need very often a story is like a complex net. You know, when you write a novel, there are so many details that connect to each other, and it takes quite a while to understand everything. But then it's like you have little tools that you can, or little signs that you can plant into the story, you know, like in the end, this will happen. So little aspects you can plant before that happens so that in the end, of course, for the reader, it will make sense. So that also the reader gets this feeling of everything is coming together, you know, like those aha moments and maybe bigger revelations, for instance. So it's quite a lot of work, I think, to get to that point that you fully understand this yourself. But when you get there, it's so much fun to plant those little seeds. And so that's what I really enjoy about the writing process. Oh yeah, don't forget to stretch and drink some water. Jelisa got 245 words. You're almost like a machine putting out the words. So cool to see with every sprint. Another mile, more words. I love that you're making so much progress. And yesterday with every sprint, today as well. What I don't like, or what I struggle the most with writing my novel, is those. It's actually kind of connected, but those in betweens. How can I say? I just know certain things need to happen, but how can I get from one point to the next without it getting boring? You know, like I want my stories to have a certain pace. So sometimes when you get an idea for a story, you have a beginning and an end point where you get, and in between some scenes you can already envision. But getting from one point to the next can sometimes be so annoyingly hard to figure out, because very often I feel it, maybe I'm too perfectionistic, but I sometimes, when I kind of force this, like, okay, this and that has to happen in between, and then it just doesn't feel natural. It feels like constructed. It doesn't feel real. And that's one thing I really struggle with, or I need a lot of patience until I really have figured it out that it really flows. You know, I want the story to flow and feel real. Yeah, the struggles of a writer. But like I said, I love developing everything. If I don't put that much pressure on myself, like with the time, for instance, with like, okay, I have to finish another novel now, or stuff like that. If I don't put that pressure on myself, it obviously is so much more fun and it flows better. I have better ideas, or just more things come to me because I'm in a better mood, in a better mindset, in a more playful mood. You know, you start to, and then ideas just show up. And usually when I'm not as stressed out about it, it's way easier to connect those dots in my story. So yeah, I probably need to meditate more or do some more stuff like that. Go for walks, I said yesterday, because I know this is so helpful, but still, mindfulness. We need mindfulness because we forget in the moment. I forget in the moment what helps me. Like stay relaxed, go for a walk, maybe do some breathing exercises before you sit down or before you start working on your novel, and just to get in this, then everything flows more easily. So the streams are good for me in this sense that I can talk about what's good and for me, what works for me, and it's a great reminder for myself always to do that. So a final sprint. What do we want to do? What do we want to use as the last timer? I won't go that long today because I have someone coming here today to. I know we talked about this before because another time they also came here to read the heating devices, Oh, I remember James telling me how it's called, but now I forgot it. What's it called? I have to heating radiator. That's the word I was looking for. So someone's coming here again. The meters, yeah. So we talked about it as well. I remember that actually it should be possible to that those people don't have to enter the apartments. That it is sent directly to their office. I don't know, but no, here in in our area, they still come here. I think that's not the reason. I think the technology is ready here as well, probably, but Germans are very they don't trust those companies. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, internet connections. Exactly. I'm pretty sure this is no problem here as well. But Germans want to make sure that the right numbers, they don't trust the internet connection. The right numbers are delivered or protocoled or archived or whatever. So they expect you to be here personally, go with the guy who reads those meters to each radiator. So every radiator has those little devices. Then he puts his thing there, and he doesn't have to write it down himself. It's also like connected to his device that he has. And then he prints it out. And you are expected, or probably some people do this, really compare if the numbers are correct, and then you sign it. So, and I know my neighbor who does brings all the numbers together then at some point for the whole house, for every apartment. Even asked me once, do you still have your little printed out thing with your signature? And I'm like, I don't think so, because he wanted to check. So yeah, I mean, in the end, I would trust it more if it was just connected via the internet and then no people are involved in that. But I'm pretty sure that that's the reason why an actual person has to come here, because Germans don't trust that the right numbers are sent. Or maybe they don't trust the companies who calculate it then. They want to be able to check the numbers. And Tucker has to jump off. Okay, have a great rest of the day or evening. You all are a nation of obsessive compulsive. I would be so happy if there was just, I wouldn't have to do anything about it and there was just this internet connection, and my husband would be the same. He's like, even if something goes wrong, I mean, who cares? You will see in the end if it's way too high, probably there's something wrong, but usually the trouble you have just because you don't trust it, and you have this guy to enter in your home and take the time for it and wait here for like an hour because they give you just the time span when he will be here. So I would gladly just do it the other way. So I don't have to go through. Also, other people who don't work at home have to go home during this time. Like, wait 1 hour until this person shows up to. So stupid. And I think this happens twice a year. I'm not sure. It feels like it, but I'm not sure. Maybe just once a year. But okay, I'm sorry, but it's quite funny, I think. Maybe I'm a chapter away from sending edit back to editors. That's why you've been so quiet. No problem. So you're really working, and how are you feeling about it? I remember last week you were a bit like, and some of the stuff your editor said didn't feel right for you, and you're kind of battling it. So, or your labor laws may not allow the companies to eliminate those positions. Maybe, yeah, we have some really quite strict labor laws, but over some, you just need to give people some time until they, until you fire them, kind of. You have to give them like several months. You cannot fire them from one day to the other. And if they have been working quite a long time, they would also get some extra money, I think. But I'm not an expert on labor laws here. But if they just change everything technically, it's, yeah, they don't have to keep people. You know what I mean? Oh no. I mean, slight discouraged in general. A lot of things feel less exciting these days. Oh, maybe if you have the time, I think this also, what I usually do is really let it rest in a while, and maybe also the energy at this time of year usually is quite low. It's dark. It's not, you know what I mean? And maybe if you just wait until spring and you feel better in general, this will help with your story. And I definitely see when I worked with an editor for my first novel, it took so much energy, you know, just to stay focused on it. And everything that I needed to change in my novel felt so hard to do at first glance, you know, like, oh God, I have to write the beginning of the scene again because I knew she was right, but it takes a lot of energy to. So maybe it's also good just to have a break and let it, yeah, let the story rest, but also rest yourself a bit until you have like feel excited about it again. Yes, a lot of people have the feeling right now. Yeah, I feel it. I feel it too. I think it's almost typical for this season. And in March, it will get better energy wise, and most of my co-workers are low energy. Right? Yes, and that's not a surprise, I would say. What is rest? You see? I'm just thinking about my mom. We are also working on her children's book still, and we're almost done. We're just, I did the book formatting, and I'm working on the cover of the book, and feels like this. We have to get, you know, she wants to get it done, and I'm like, okay, because I feel like we have time, you know. Why do you want to? It can wait another week, you know. It's not like we want to wait another year, but it's okay. Just slow down a bit. I got other things to do as well. And so some people are really like, maybe because she's older, so she has this urgency to, she wants to feel like I have this book and it's printed here and it's published. Yay! I totally get that. But we are like on the finish line, or maybe because we are on the finish line. So some people cannot wait. They want to have, be done with it. Mm. Well, I'm more like you. You all know that, struggling with finishing um, or like really publishing my novels. I prefer to let it rest another week and another week till I really feel it again. So yeah, we're very different with that. We won't go into where we are on the Mars. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I said, oh, I need to start a final sprint so that I don't miss the guy ringing the bell. But I think I still have some time. Yeah, let's do a 20-minute sprint. Then I will jump off quickly. Okay, here we go. Okie dokie. That was my stream of the day. I will be back tomorrow and I hope I will see you then. Like I said, I will jump off quickly today. Bye bye. Ciao, ciao, my friends.